In a previous video, we had discussed how much money is expected to go to fast channels. And we said it's growing fast. I declared it that basically fast channels is going to be the victor of the streaming wars. Why? One word: free. Exactly, free. These channels are free, not something like a Hulu or what's coming to Netflix or any other streaming services that basically will charge you a monthly fee just to watch your movie and get ads on top of it. Companies like Pluto and Crackle and the Roku channel have been increasing their subscriptions, their viewership, and this is something that was long time happening. But one particular streaming site, which basically was built up by Rupert Murdoch, had a interesting article on Vulture. But before we read on this, I just once again want to thank those of you who have clicked on this video. We really do appreciate that. Hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. We're just about almost at 700 subscribers here on YouTube. We want to increase. We want to get to that 1,000 level. And we also want to increase on our other social media platforms, Odyssey, Rumble, and BitChute, which at BitChute we're also doing very well. And we want to increase there as well. So don't forget to like it so we move up in the algorithm. Share this video because it's very important. And this is stuff that basically is not in the minds of the mainstream media. This is the diversion that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. But it's very important to you because basically you want to save money. You want to cut corners. This is one of the ways you do. Watch some Tubi TV, get a commercial here and there. This is where linear TV is coming to. Linear TV is dying out to become fast channels, plain and simple. This is what's going to happen. So from Vulture, it's Tubi time, how the weird free streaming won the internet's heart. In February, as roughly 110 million football fans sweated out the final quarter of the Super Bowl, sets across America simultaneously switched away from the big game. Instead of hearing Fox announcers Ken Burkhardt and Greg Olson, bewildered viewers watched as a phantom force appeared on their hacked screens and began scrolling through the tiles of a standard issue streaming app. Only when the invisible hand clicked play on the 2005 Brannigan classic Mr. and Mrs. Smith did viewers realize that they were watching a clever promotion spot for Tubi, Netflix geekier, freakier, and total free rival. The ad, along with an earlier one feature human-sized hair, was a wink at the streamer's value proposition. Its deep rabbit holes of eclectic films and series that are loyal to users' joke have a tendency to swallow up you whole days instead of sinking billions into a blockbuster project, boasting instead of recognizing faces. Tubi has spent the past decade quietly assembling a mass collection of movies and TV shows sourced from virtually every and minor studio out there, covering almost every conceivable genre. Just popped an edible and developing a hankering for a horror comedy with the ninja warriors and a priest who turns into a dinosaur when he's angry. Tubi's got it something for you. It's called the Velocipaster. I haven't watched that one yet. I need to catch that one. Into an underappreciated black sitcoms of the 70s that weren't produced by Norman Lear. There's That's My Mama, which I loved that show when I was a kid, featuring TV icons Clifton Davis from Amen and Ted Lange, The Love Boat. A recent Onion headline perfectly captured what it's like to spend an hour scrolling through the site's digital aisles. TV CEO combs through Goodwill used DVDs looking for movies to upload. Its newfound mainstream brand awareness mirrors the broader rise of free ad-supported streaming or FAST. which has been steadily building the past 10 years and started to skyrocket around 2020 when the pandemic lockdown sent audience looking for more entertainment to watch. Tubi and its chief challengers in space, Pluto TV, the Roku channel, and Amazon's Freevee are connected with subscription, very wary customers who want the volume and variety offered by cable without the monthly bill or the commitment. Tubi's dedication to the notion that no audience niche is too small to fill, combined with the almost cult-like fan base that generates memes both praising and loving or roasting the brands, has helped it break out. Company founder CEO Farlan Masad, which he is no longer at this site right now. We have another video coming out. Debuted in Tubi in 2014. At the time, subscription service from Netflix and Amazon were hailed as the future of television. Masadi swerved, betting that there was room for a streaming model in which program costs were supported by advertising. Just as broadcast TV has been for the middle of the last century, he envisioned Tubi as not just a Netflix competitor, but an alternative to the idea of paid streaming. Focusing on exclusive free content set Tubi apart from the pack. Every Tubi offered at launch, even more of a niche then, could be streamed without credit card or even creating a user account. That's correct. Here's the thing about Tubi and a lot of the freebies out there. You don't have to create an account. You should, because basically you could save stuff on there. That's mostly what they're having, is that they could save and also send you when new stuff gets put on there, and also warn you when stuff is about to leave on there. But honestly, you don't really have to sign up for most of these ad-supported streaming sites. It wasn't the first attempt at ad-supporting streaming. Sony launched much less the ambitious Crackle in the mid-aughts, but it was arguably the most fully realized, built to take advantage of then the emerging smart TV marketplace. Sony sold Crackle over to Chicken Soup for the Soul. Smartly, they got out of it. Now Chicken Soup for the Soul is rebuilding the network itself up, the streaming service back to the levels of Tubi TV. Tubi has since become a serious contender in the streaming wars just before the pandemic hit. 1 year after slightly older Pluto TV was acquired by Viacom for $340 million, Rupert Murdoch, Fox Corporation, swooped in and paid $440 million for Tubi. It kept Masood in place as CEO and gave its platform access opportunities that were once unthinkable, like those of Super Bowl ads, technically a free part of Fox family and a wider network of content partners. So in adding to what the fuck movies and shows, Tubi now houses more current releases, the It movies, Booksmart, new episodes of unscripted Fox hits like The Masked Singer, and Fox Sports events such as replays of past fall's FIFA World Cup. It also added hundreds of live channels, including news from dozens of local TV stations across the country, including the Warner Brothers Library, of course. Also, just to let you know, Tubi has been, and we have an article coming out, Tubi has been spinned off to their own division itself now. So basically, we will be discussing that on another video. But now Tubi has a new CEO and has been split off to a new group. In total, Tubi says it has more than 50,000 titles, nearly 8 times the estimate number in Netflix's U.S. catalog. While the big dogs still license older TV shows and movies, the tactic is far less vital to their overall strategy. Indeed, companies such as Warner, Discovery, and Paramount Global have started slimming down their marquee streaming catalogs, removing even newer originals that the insiders at the companies claim subscribers aren't watching. HBO Westworld, The Nevers, now live on Tubi's Warner Brothers TV branded channels. That's right, Warner is now available on Tubi TV as its own standalone fast channel. Currently, Tubi has more than 64 million monthly active subscribers. It's a little bit more at this point, and recently landed a spot on the Nielsen monthly ranking of streaming services for the first time, not far behind much funded Peacock. The median age of its viewers is 39. dramatically lower than the broadcast networks, where their primetime audience ranges from a young 57 to a Social Security eligible 64. And there's a lot more to this. And I'll tell you, take a moment, get the rest of this article, because basically it is a, sort of a love homage to Tubi TV. Because, I mean, there's a lot of great stuff on Tubi. My wife has been watching a lot of the horror. There's a whole section of giallo horror from Italy, believe it or not, on there. Of course, you got anime. Some of it, some old stuff from the 1990s on there. I would recommend watching them. They have some great shows as Babylon 5, Airwolf, The A-Team. They got classic television throughout their streaming service. They got Columbo. Miami Vice was just added recently to the site itself. Movies like Men in Black 3, Fifth Element, The Man from Nowhere. Everyone Hates Chris is now available on there as well, which is a great series. They've added a lot of 1970s exploitation movies as well. They've added Leave It to Beaver, Gilligan's Island, Dennis the Menace. They've also added a lot of documentaries like Fahrenheit 9/11, Super Size Me, Bowling for Columbine. Tiger King is now Investigates by TMZ is available on this as well. And, Space Jam, The New Legacy is now available on there. The Goonies, The Smurfs. The great classic Night of the Hunter is also available on this site. And, stuff like Gordon Ramsay's TV series, Project Runway. A lot of the cooking shows. The Joy of Painting is also now available as well. The Top Chef Masters is available. Masters UK is also. This Old House. And more. I mean, they have a religious section. They have a reality TV, movies in Spanish directly from places like Mexico, Central America, South America, Spain. British television, adult comedies, martial arts, cult. We can go on and on and on. I mean, these are the sites on there. This is why Tubi is very popular right now. And like I said, Fast Channels is going to be the winner of the streaming wars. It is making money. It is not losing money. It is making money. Not like everywhere else, which has been very controversial in a lot of the stuff there. We've heard the situations on the multiple documentaries over at Netflix. Netflix is going through 2 lawsuits. You have the Cleopatra lawsuit from Egypt, and there's another, I forgot the name of the documentary, where there is a gentleman who is suing Netflix because they used his photo in a documentary and painted him in a bad light, and he had nothing to do with the story that was going on in the documentary. They just picked a photo. And this is what happens on there. And this is the same thing that happens on Twitter all the time. You pick a photo and of a particular actor who's giving a hug to somebody, and they say, "Oh my God, look, they're basically abusing them," but they're not. They misconceive the pictures that go on and tell you what basically is going on in real life, but it's not reality in itself. It is just plain fiction. So let me know in the comments below. Tell me your thoughts to this situation. I mean, hey, listen, I was watching Doomsday again from 2008, and Ghost in the Shell, of course, from 1995 on Tubi TV. I mean, I'm a Pluto fan. I'm a Tubi fan. I'd rather watch this more than I don't have Netflix anymore. I don't subscribe to Netflix anymore. I only have Hulu and Tubi TV, and all the fast channels. This is what I watch these days. So tell me in the comments your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe, like this, And hey, listen, share this with your friends. Maybe they've not, I know a lot of people that have not heard of Tubi TV before. And, you know, I've talked to people on Facebook and on Twitter, and they said, where is this? You know, how much does it cost? And I tell them it's free. I said, you kidding? I said, no. I mean, there are some great stuff. There's a 2023 horror, Bury the Bride, which my wife loved, and she's been telling her friends, and they also been loving that movie as well. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.